So back to this, there are 3 support organizations: continuous improvement, planning systems, quality systems, and then the production systems. And I'm including production and the procurement because they do a lot of outside workforce. That's production components coming in and supporting it. I want to show you examples of each of those so that you can get a feel. Know that there is a map, metric, and plan for all of these. And then even below that, there's some other activities that are taken that are supporting it and aligning it to that original vision. So this is a CI's continuous improvement system. This is the second one that they went after. The first one didn't quite get it. In several conversations, they realized that many of the senior managers in our organization saw them as the team that came in and did the work and not the team that came in and supported the work. So right out of the gate, we said, teach, coach, support. That's our role. They also have a very similar characteristics: engaged team members. I like daily improvement. It's not occasional, it's daily. And that's what they're trying to drive, improve. Breakthrough changes, C²V, and a learning organization. So as you look, there's going to be some similarities that causes that alignment through the organization in this one example. Great job at doing this. This is now what they're working to accomplish, the vision that they're working on. The production example is of our Assembly Value Center, and it's similar. It has same characteristics, except for now they're a little bit more detailed. 1-by-1 mixed model flow, lead time less than a day, first pass yield greater than 98%, 0 accidents, decreasing costs. So they got it into another level of detail as they went down there so that people in the area could know where they were going. Now, when they looked at this future state and they started working on it, they realized it was too big. There's too much for them to try to tackle. So all those cells in the middle actually represent physical assembly cells of our product families. So we were feeding with planning and components. We're sending it to a variety of cells, about 12 different cells that are out there in our manufacturing area. And then we were moving it from there on into our distribution center as a finished good. And they said, hey, how about if we just do one cell? What if we did that and pilot it and learn? Absolutely, catch ball. If that's what you want to do, let's see what you can do. So they came up with a cell and they decided to pick the red cell, which is our highest volume cell, our VX1, VX2 products that go across that cell. And they realized they couldn't go into the midst of that production center and do the work because they'd have to stop the work. So they said, why don't we take a corner in the back of the building, we'll call it the Black Ops line, we're going to go back there and we're going to try something brand new and we're going to create it. And that's what they did. The leader in the area, the senior manager in that area said, listen, I want you to go back there and I want you to include all the sub-assembly work that's happening offline, all the final work that's happening in the packaging online at tack time, and I want it to be a state-of-the-art assembly area that moves us forward in the next 5 or 10 years. Not a simple challenge. It's huge. We've been building scopes the same way for 20 years. Much of the equipment that we use today, even though the scopes are getting more complex, is 20-year-old equipment that we've been struggling with trying to make a high-quality product. So that team went out, engineering manager, and the support area supervisors, and they went to work. Clean area. I can remember walking up there and there's just nothing but desks. And then next week, they did some more and some more and some more. Last week, we ran our first production load down through that line. It's not full on, we're not at tack time yet, but we're getting closer. The biggest aha is the energy level of the people involved. When I go down to that area and I'm watching them practice, there's a assembler at every station, there's an engineer between one or every other station, there's supervisors, there's CI people, and there's a buzz going on. It's just electric. And that's what we're talking about with C²V kind of leadership. That leader in that area got the energy and the engagement of this team like he'd never seen it before, off the charts. Well, what's that mean? Well, it meant that about 3 different patents are going to come out of the process. It means the batch operations that they had been employing for 15 years to take all the humidity out of our scopes in an oven has found a way to do that at a one-off within tack time. We're able to now check for leaks without dipping, so every scope that you buy from us actually gets dipped in a water tank under vacuum and pulled out and dried off and then moved on if it passes. So we don't have to do that anymore. And on and on and on, the way that they grease the O-rings, the way they do all the different things, it's just amazing. basically took each one of these areas that says it needs a new process, assigned an engineer to it, and said, hey, you can do it any way you want to, but it's got to fit one by one, first pass yield, it's got to hit tack time, and they went to work on it, and it was just amazing. That's the power of what I'm trying to share with you today, is the creative benefit of your teams is sitting idle on the table without big challenges to move them forward, without a leader to put the challenge in place. Move away from status quo and move towards the world class. This is exciting for us. We're going to scale this across our organization. All those other sales, they're going to take advantage of these improvements. We're going to start working on that this year, and we're going to continue to do it. Had a conversation with the manager last night, Eric Cupiano, the gentleman on the left here, and said, okay, you got the one done, you wanted the one, now what?